Hello, this is Survival-gyver, and today we're taking a look at the Boruit Y10 mini flashlight, which is not mini by any means. I've shown quite a few Boruit flashlights on this channel that are mini, and this is nowhere near it. As an example, here's the Boruit, same brand. This is the U6. Yeah, that's the model U6. This is not considered mini. It's a heck of a lot smaller than that thing. So that's interesting. And let's take a look at a Nitecore. This is a Nitecore EDC25. Yeah, it's about the same length if you don't count the hook. Let's try a 27. Yeah, same thing. Let's take a look at the EDC23. Wow, that's a big difference right there. It's about the size of the handle. So, do I have anything else? Well, none of these are considered mini flashlights. So that's a Workhorse FC12. Got a whole pile on the side here, so sorry for the noise. This is the TD02, still smaller. This one's stuck by a magnet. This is the FC13S. And the one that's got the magnet is this one. This is a Sofran SC13, which is definitely a mini flashlight. So, do I have anything else that would be considered mini? I'm just walking around the tripod here. This is a Nitecore tube. Actually, is it the tube? No, I'm sorry, this is the thumb. The thumb is a mini. You can see that size. All right. This is the T-Key by Nitecore, which clearly is a mini flashlight. So, not sure where Boruit came up with the idea of calling this mini. Sorry for that little pause, I almost knocked over the tripod. And, well, let's go over it. So, it's got some weird functions. Like they didn't think it through. There's just one switch that controls the front light and the ones on the side, and one on the side isn't even a very good light. So here's your light in the front. If you pull this forward, you can zoom it. I'll show you in just a moment. There's too much room in it. There's too much light in here that probably won't show up, but we'll take a look. So before we take a look, this whole front section is aluminum, glass lens. Now it says it's water resistant. It says it's waterproof, and I'll show you that it's definitely not. I wouldn't try this in any form of water, not even in a light rain. It does have a Type-C charge port. It does come with a USB-A to Type-C cable, like most of them do nowadays. It appears to be an 18650 battery on the inside. That's what it appears to be. When it's charging, it's red. The body lights up red. When it's done charging, it lights up green. It takes like 5 hours to charge this. It doesn't tell you where it is on how low the battery is until it's dead, which is not great. There's this little clip. It's actually a pretty good high tension gate on here. The downside is the rest of the plastic part will bend prior to that. It does move side to side as necessary, and it even comes off, revealing a magnet. So there's a nice strong magnetic end on it. So that's kind of cool. But even not counting that, it's still really long. So let's take a look. I'm going to turn this on. Decent beam pattern. All right, you can see a little green light that shows it's on. It's right off that switch there, glows green. And when you zoom it, it zooms to a really, really sharp point. So that's kind of cool. You can see the reflector around the outside, which is actually the edge of the little lens in there and the aluminum section. So I'm going to push this back up. It's supposed to be 1,000 lumens, and this is probably pretty close. Boruit is typically not known for accuracy on the lumens, but compared to other things that are 1,000 lumens, it's awfully close. Maybe it's 850 or 900. Compared to things that I know that are 1,000 lumens, but this isn't bad. The downside is, alright, sorry for that pause, I was actually looking for the manual to confirm. The manual and on Amazon and AliExpress, which I'll also leave a link for, and I haven't seen it on Banggood, but I'll take a look. Let me turn this off for a second. I have to cycle through it completely to turn it off. Alright, so now it's off. So the instructions, it's kind of crammed in the box, gives you all the parameters. You can look at it there. Charge time says 3.5 hours. I found it to be closer to 5. Battery level greater than 10% is greater or equal to 10% is green light. Below that is red light. Green means fully charged though. It's an IPX4, which I wouldn't trust. Yeah, and it's poorly scrubbed, but there's nothing in here that tells me. So it shows high, low, strobe, front light and white light, front light and warning light, side white light, side UV light, which is garbage, and warning light again, but no ratings on it. Won't tell me how long it lasts. And it doesn't tell me the lumen amount or candela, so that's kind of garbage. It's kind of disappointed in their instruction, but let me go back through this. It's already getting kind of warm. It explains with a really good, decent aluminum on the front here. So we got your high, you have low, which again I can't tell what it is. Maybe 700, maybe 600, not sure. You have strobe. Then you have white light front and white light side, which is weird. Why would you have both? I mean, unless you're, I guess if you have this on like a backpack or something, you can have a little bit of light illuminating in front of you and a little bit of light on the bottom, I guess. This is just odd, right? So turn it off. Let me turn it back on. Unfortunately, you have to cycle through it all. I'm going through strobe pretty quick. Got a red and blue flash with the white light still on the front. You have white light on the side. You have UV, which looks kind of cool in this case. The case does not glow, unfortunately, and it doesn't show anything. Let me see if I can show you something that, if I put this over here, you know, I've been testing this for a while, it should show dirt or something on it, and it shows nothing. So, I have no idea what the rating of the UV light is, but it doesn't show anything. I checked it on money. I don't have any here because I used it, but the didn't even show the watermarks or security features in dollar bills in the US. So not a good UV light. So we also got red and blue flash on the side, and then it turns off. So if you stay on a single mode for too long, say above 30 seconds, when you hit the button again, it'll turn it off. Otherwise, you have to cycle through the whole thing. So, not great. But I guess it is what it is, right? So, now this is kind of hot. And I will show, it's got a little, leave this on the outside while I let this cool for a moment before I take it off. He's got these two little ridges, so you know where your thumb is on here. Let me see if I can take this off. I'll pull that all the way forward. Taking off the front bezel, because I want to show you something. So there's the lens. See the inside there. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. The lens, I don't know if you can see it. See the smudge all the way around it? That's how it came. Because that is how the O-ring on here is. Let me get this out of the way so it doesn't block everything. The O-ring on the lens is kind of like bowed upwards, and it's flattened, and it's got like glue on the end of it. So, not thrilled with that. Let me put that somewhere where it's not going to cause a fire. Here's the inside of the trim ring, the bezel ring. So, it's got some nice fine threads on it. I will say the aluminum part of it is really nice. So, let's take a look at the rest of this here. There's your LED. If you push this down, you could pop this off and pull that down. You can see a nice aluminum ring with some nice threads, if it'll show there. However, although I'd be worried about getting water on the inside of the lens, I don't think you're getting it anywhere else, because there's some nice O-rings in here, 2 of them. There's also this tiny little hole. So if I turn the light on, let me see if I can get that to glow. Yeah. Also, if you long press, it'll turn off too. There's an actual hole right in the side, right after the O-rings. So, not sure how, if that's for like a vent for the battery or what. It's not on the opposite side. Or if you need to use that as a hole to like put a pin in and pull that up. Not sure. But I'm a little iffy about where it is. You also see how dirty the rings are here. They're not gooey by any sort. So it's not any kind of grease. So I'm iffy about how waterproof it is. So we're going to put this back in. Threads go to the top. Let's give it a good yank. Now there it is. Put that down for a second. Here's this ring. So which way the end of this is going. This is going to go this way. So the bubble is sitting upright. I'm going to flip that over. I'm not going to even worry about cleaning it at this point because I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. And then this is probably the easiest way. Just put the rest of the light on top and spin it closed. Now we can take a look at the lens. Yeah, it's dirty, but it'll work. All right, so that's how you go about fixing that issue. If you want to, of course. But other than that, I think it's what, 20 bucks? Checking my notes here. Current price on Amazon is $13.99, so it's 30% off. It's only a $20 flashlight. Not mini by any sort of word. Even if you took the tail cap off, it's bigger than every other flashlight that's not considered a mini. Or like regular size, if you want to call it that. So other than some weird lingo and no information about its low light, lumens, or how long any of the other functions will last, this is not a good one by Boruit. It's not horrible, but it's not great. Boruit has made far better actual mini flashlights that are far better than this. So, I don't know. Actually, for even cheaper than this, but I digress. So that's it. That is the Y10 by Boruit. Y meaning, why did they even come up with this? Because it's not right. I don't know. They should have done, if you want the front light, you hit the button once, and then it could cycle through until, high, low, strobe, and then turn it off. And then if you double click it, then you should have got the side lights. And if you wanted a third one, you hit the button 3 times, and then you could have both. Because I don't know how many people are going to use both at the same time. Especially like if this magnet is, say you're working on an electrical panel or a hood of a car, right? If that's on the hood of a car and hopefully it's got a steel hood, and this is illuminating down, fine. Having that on the side might help you. But say if this is directly in front of you, you want the side light down, and then you're going to get blasted in the face by the front one. So, I don't know. It's oddly set up. They could have done a lot better than they did on this. But it is what it is. Boruit doesn't sponsor me on any flashlights, so these are all ones that I've purchased. I guess it is what it is. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below and I will answer them as soon as I can. I'm definitely behind. I have hundreds of emails a day that I answer from subscribers and viewers. So you should try to filter that out first. Yeah, so that's your Boruit Y10. Y as in Y. 10 is in, I have no idea. It's not 10 inches long, so it's not 10 millimeter either, unless they're talking about maybe it's 10 millimeter diameter on the LED with the heat sink on it. I don't know. It's an odd one. So, again, questions, comments, leave it below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. If you haven't liked this already, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It means a lot. Helps finance the channel so I can keep showing you more gear. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Have a glorious night.